Hello everybody, and this is Artemis, and welcome to week 2, rescheduled, of Red Lions versus Cyberdyne. And actually this is very interesting because this match was rescheduled for the For Glory tournament, which was last weekend. And this was actually the case where Red Lions beat Cyberdyne. That was in a 4v4 format though. This is going to be in the normal.
User was moved to
And joining me today, I have Flight, who's going to be my epic co-caster.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello. So this is always the exciting one. I'm always happy to get to cast Red Lions or Cyberdyne or some of these teams, because usually it's always pretty interesting. And here we go. So spawning in the bottom, we have Cyberdyne playing a double BC comp, Destro, Levy, Overlord, and Arbiter. On the top side, we have Red Lions, so we have double Destro, Stone Cold Rebellions. They're going to be very aggressive, double Guardian, and Carrier and Levy for their carry ships.
The Guardians are both 5 spine. Destros are both 5 armor. Carrier is 6 ints, not 4-3.
Oh, single carrier alone going 6. A single carrier going alone going 6. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And we have a remake request. Now in TSL you can actually can remake, but in every single match each team can only request one, so it looks like we're going to be restarting. False start. And then we'll wait for an invite back into the lobby. So were you able to watch the, did you watch any of the Cyberdyne Red Lions matchups in For Glory play?
Yeah, so I think this game should be really exciting because Cyberdyne really had a good chance in those games to beat Red Lions. I think the game 1, it was that they had such a huge farm lead and they still lost the levy, and so the game 1 was 1-2-1 by Red Lions.
Yep, so Cyberdyne's going to hopefully get some revenge.
Yeah. Exactly.
Unrated game, of course. So I wonder which team would be getting more points. Yeah, EU's unrated games. Oh boy, and in NA, it's like even in like a team practice or something, it'll be rated.
Give me my points.
Gimme, gimme, gimme. And here we go again. Let's hope everyone picks the correct ships this time. Though actually, Red Lions would be able to call a second remake if they wanted to. And here we go. So this time we have Red Lions spawning in the bottom corner.
Oh, I see. Double C 6 ints. That's why. That was what was missing. They had 2 Destros instead of 2 carriers.
And this makes a little more sense as a comp. So we have double 6 int carriers. We have double 5 spine guardians, and we have a 5 armor Destro and a constant mutation levy with 3 tentacles. And now we have a 5-1 split coming from Cyberdyne. So we have still the double BC, double range BC, so they're really trying to go for the kiting. The Overlord with Plague, you have your 3-4 Destro actually, and your Arbiter with Storm and the Leviathan up top.
This would be great to see Tura versus Admin 6 as levies.
And to be honest, it's going to be really confusing keeping track of who's who, because they're playing on EU, and so they're all sharing accounts.
CS1 is Colo Blitzen, and everyone is Skynet's computer.
Bit of a push here in the carriers and the split, so they're hoping to buy their Leviathan a lot of space to farm, though they're letting a lot leak up top.
Through the mid.
A lot is leaking through. And now they're shifting back into the more standard center, so they weren't able to quite push back carefully on the bottom lane. Bit of a launch here in
Surprisingly
Ladanian.
even at that league, they're only losing the farm lead by like 7 ships or so.
Yep, because they were able to push the other team back. And looks like their Rebellions and Admin 6 are tag teaming on Absinthe, actually applying more pressure on Admin 6, Leviathan.
Nice push in the bottom. They're balled up because there's no AoEs, so they're just focusing one ship at a time.
Yep. Standard muscle comp. Launch on Orion, who doesn't have any more shields and is going to hull damage. So he should be pulling back and getting his shields.
The Danian's ready to flag again. Hoping someone balls up. And I'm sure he's going to focus on that Destro.
Yeah.
There you go.
Plague the Destro and the whole team's weaker, and then they can get to push back. Alternatively, they could plague both the Guardians, but with their regen, it doesn't quite make sense. I'm surprised not another launch on Orion, but instead, oh, they're redirecting now. Now they redirected to Orion. Originally was on the Arbiter.
Yeah, because other than Orion, everyone's in good shape. Like, they still have shield and full hull. Oh. Again, leaking bottom for Cyberdyne.
Yeah, they're letting a lot of farm go by this game. Just seems they'll have to clean up their edges, otherwise no matter how much they push back, it's not going to make a difference because they won't get the farm.
Yeah. Still have a 50 farm lead now though, so...
These BCs really need to abuse their range in the middle. They're both kiting BCs, and the Guardians opened up 5 spine. So they don't have the range.
Rebellions is warped in. He's got 7 armor now.
7 armor,
1.5
no
on
lasers.
speed.
Let's take a quick look at the farm. Who's looking at it? Rebellions, 570 farm for Red Lions, and we have 613 farm for Cyberdyne, which is a function of the fact that they were leaking a lot of farm, even though they had pushed Red Lions back.
Take a look at the levies. Looks like Absinthe, Tura's got quite a lead on him. He's already got 6 bile and 9 range. Admin's only got 3 bile and 4 spine, 1 armor.
Yep. Well, Admin 6 is already at 84 farm. Absinthe is at 122.
Yep.
Orion's getting heavily damaged. He's going to have to go back. Ladanian can stay out, actually. The other ships are moderately healthy.
Yep, and they're pushing on Tura up top to give Admin 6 a little bit of breathing room.
And also they're trying to push Absinthe back so he doesn't do a warp trick as well.
Tura wished he had a few more men so he could have gone back and gotten his rapid regen. He's a little bit short on cash right now.
And let's see what they came out with actually. So Orion got pods. We got double pods on the BCs. No energy upgrades though, so that's going to help counteract the carriers. Skynet warped in with 5/5, with no extra armor, and no reinforced hull yet.
Oh, nice plague. Got
Very
both
nice
carriers.
plague. Yep.
And as you can see, the ball push again is so effective against one ship. Weakens the whole line.
And forces them all to go back.
The bad thing is both PCs are still 0 lasers, and so in 3 minutes they're going to be reshotting it.
Yeah. Well, same with Rebellions actually went back and got some lasers. Didn't
And
have
he's
that.
got GATs, the one GAT.
The single gat. Up in your face. Up in your face. I'm in your face with my Gatling guns. Let's check out Adrian 6 is doing. Yeah, so he's going totally into bile. He's definitely devoting it to bile. But if he goes that far, CS1 could just get force fields. Absinthe is going for a little... Absinthe is doing really well. 7 bile, 3 armor. 4 tenths. Already at the 10 range, and just got some more armor.
Yeah, unfortunately, because even with the Arbiter, he's got to go bile because he's going to lose the Tura if he doesn't.
forced to do that. Sanic warped in on admin 6. So there's going to be a counter push. Rebellions really got heavily pounded back at the prisms. The Guardians are warping in. 7 spine on both of them. And they're going to be pushing in on Absinthe.
You
And
can see
Absinthe
the
is
carriers
Tura.
still 6 cents on Stone Cold and 8 in Sanic, so the carriers are starving also.
Yep, let's take a quick look at the farm, guys.
Hey,
909 farm. 909 farm for, actually just above 900 farm for Red Lions. 960 farm for Cyberdyne. So Cyberdyne was able to come back a bit. But again, look at this massive farm leak. Tura's definitely got to pick all this up. And they're leaking farm on the bottom as well. It's a disadvantage of the ball push.
Actually, Stone Cold's got Swarp and even with level 6 ins, and Rebellions now has bots. 225 energy.
Yep. And Andromeda did a little bit of a Indra did a little bit of a funny warp there, got pounded really hard when she came in. Rebellion's coming in from the side, so launch from one side, Destro
Orion's
from the
trouble,
other.
He's out of position.
Yep, and he's getting caught by Rebellion's. Rebellion's 1 GAT 3 lasers on him, and he's not gonna let it go. No transfer
he's gonna
possible
be-
from Colo. They're going for the
In
kill.
launch, be messy.
Yep, and the Guardians and
He's
the
going down.
Leviathan can cover when Rebellion's turns. And we have a little.
755, 300, he's down.
There we go. First death of the game, Orion.
And I don't think there's an opportunity to trade here.
Nope, because he
Everyone's
only
in good health except for Rebellions.
and
he's got
Rebellions is
bots.
covered, and he's also covered
Oh,
by his
wait,
entire
Trinity.
team.
They might get Trinity here, the Guardian.
Ooh, yep, Trinity's here in the red. Looks like they're
Oh.
gonna force a trade.
And
But
he's
the
got to go back.
But the question is Skynet and Tura going to be able to get out of this? Because they have the entire team on Skynet's
Skynet's
trail. No,
1500.
that was not a
nine,
good choice
six,
for a
five.
trade. A plague on the ball, but that's not going to make a difference.
Oh, wow. I think he could have gotten out earlier because Tura was there. And he could have tanked it a little bit. Got rapid regen. 7 bile. So they lost the BC and the Destro for a Guardian. I don't know how
Yep.
good a trade that is.
That is not good at all.
Especially with double 6 ins. They've got 1 pod ship. And the Arbiter's going to have to focus on that.
Yeah, so let's take a quick reevaluate. So let's just quickly reevaluate the situation. So now the game is 5-4 for Rebellions. We have the double carrier. We just lost a guard. They still have their Destro, so they still have a strong pushing power in the middle with Rebellions. And on the top, we lost 2 ships. Trinity's left the game, but he was lagging. So we have 2 ships. We lost a BC and we lost the Destro, and the Destro is one thing they couldn't afford to lose.
And the Destro's going rundown. He's got 1.61 speed. So no other offensive upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
250 energy, so the bots will be more effective.
Yep. So the team's working back. Rebellions is going to stay out. And Absinthe Tura is just enjoying the num farm, and he just, for the moment, eat while you can. He has rapid regen.
Yeah, unfortunately, Admin's caught up now. He's only down by 14 farm.
Ladanian's
And,
warped in, and he's got 325 energy. And just more energy and no upgrades on shield transfer, so just the laser upgrades and energy on Colo.
Dan's been popped out by Andro.
And Admin 6 has overtaken Absinthe Tura in the bile count, and is just having his way with him. Yeah, this doesn't look good. I don't know if classy or not, calling the game, this does not look good for Cyberdyne. Though, just to mention, folks, this is a match of 3. This is not a best of 3, so we'll be still seeing 2 more games between these 2 teams.
Luigi just poked me and he's not sure if the stream is up. Let me check for you.
Mm-hmm. should be up regardless. I have a local recording, so if it's not working, we have options. We have the after the game upload. No, it's working.
It is.
Just
It is
refresh.
up.
Let's take a quick look at the farm count, because Ladanian's gonna yell at me for not looking at the farm count more often. I'm sorry, Ladanian, don't plague me. 1,300 farm for Red Lions, and we have just above 1,000 farm for Cyberdyne. So Cyberdyne's falling down, falling behind for losing two ships. Not too bad at this point. They still have their Leviathan. The BC could potentially deny attacks if either of these carriers go for it, but at this point, I say for Alliance, just go for the DPS.
Yeah, there's no text yet. Thanos at 11 ints, no energy, no warp in. Stone Cold's at 7 ints. He's got one shield upgrade and the warp in that he had before. Son Goku 7 spine.
Admin 6 is
range.
now up at his 11, has now up 11 bile and 1.71. And who was that? Looks like Son Goku is worried about a warp trick on the side because Cyberdyne's pulling back. But there's only 4 of them, so it'd be very difficult for them to actually set up warp trick without the center, because they
Yeah,
don't
and they
have
won't be
enough
able to catch
DPS.
anyone because Son Goku's 1.71 as a guardian.
Oh, Ladanian's getting hit by interceptors. He'll be all right. Now, Admin 6 doesn't have rapid regen yet, so Absinthiatura is not doing too badly right now. Because the energy, otherwise you wouldn't be using the energy anyways. Ooh, the Danian's getting pretty hurt. He's gonna have to go back to heal. And Kolo's gonna help. Kolo's gonna help out the Levy at the top with the force fields. And that's sometimes what you have to do if your Leviathan isn't winning the side lane. You have to have another ship come in, like an Arbiter is typical, and just help them regain ground a bit.
Strike cannons from Rebellions. He's gonna be harassing Tura all day.
Yep. Once Rebellions gets on you, he never lets go. Goes for the kill. Launching.
That strike cannon's so effective. 10 range on it. Wow. Oh,
Whoa! Warp in on Tura. Admin 6 is on Tura's tail. Looks like the rest of Red Lions is also sort of gathering, at least on the top. Danian is constantly getting. Ladania is the constant launching target. He's counter launching, trying to clear those off. Sanic is now in with 11 interceptors. We have Parasite of Son Goku who's parasited. Ladanian is parasited. So they'll always have
so
this.
much more effective because of the antenna.
Yep, and also they always have vision on Ladanian, and that lets the carriers launch however much they want, and they know they'll always get them. So Stone Cold's going back. He's got 500. He'll be doing some upgrades really quick. Tura's now up at 11 bile, but at the same time, Admin 6 is getting stronger, and he's up at 13. And Admin 6 now has rapid regen.
Stone Cold's warping back in. He's got level 12 ints.
Sanic looks like he's cycling back.
Too. Yep, catapult. Oh, Ladanian's in trouble here.
Oh, Ladanian. He
nice
played.
plague though.
Yep.
Great
But that
job.
doesn't take care of the shields. Ladanian's get badly hurt. But looks like he'll make it. Andro's trying to help out with quick pods.
Nice storm out from Kolo.
And the problem is actually for Cyberdyne is that they're going into pods, 325 energy. They have storm, the force fields. They have plague, and now they got now Ladanian got Psyblast, but several counters to launches. But the problem is they can't counter everything. They don't have enough ships.
And other than the plague, they're not doing much damage to the other ships in the other team.
Yep. And then Kolo has to use his energy on storms to save himself, but then that means he can't help Tura out with force fields as much. Another launch on Kolo.
I'm not sure why he's not storming that. He's got the energy for it, and he's just taking a beating.
Perhaps he was waiting for the second launch just like that, but that's gonna hurt.
He's also got warp in, level 11 ints.
Yep, and they're warping in in hopes maybe to try to snipe Danian's caught a little bit out of position getting hit by Rebellion strike cans. Admin 6 pushing everybody. Everyone's getting pushed back individually, basically. And then Son Goku going back to upgrade. He has 1,300 minerals, so he's certainly going to be very happy, and we'll see what he spends it on.
Wow. I mean, the most effective thing to do now is go Broodlords and do a hard contain of the tower. He's got Scourge now, Dark Swarm, because the BC's got 10 range. He's going all tents.
And he still has
all meter.
600 to spend. Let's see where he spends it. It's like Christmas. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Guardians. Would you like your
350
vomiting
energy.
Assispore, or would you like some Scourge, some minions?
6 armor, some health, 350 energy with a Scourge. No anabolic, which is surprising.
Tur is now at 12 tents to help clean up all the launches, and now the Scourge. Ooh, that's a bit of a derp diving into the Dark Swarm, but then he gets strike cannon by Rebellions. And at the same time, these carriers can warp in into a couple seconds. Absinthe in the deep orange, Ledanian in the orange. Colo low on energy.
Tyr's got to be careful here. He's got 5k health left.
Yep.
And those strike cannons are deadly.
And there goes another round of Scourge. Nice storm, but most of the Scourge still hit. Tur is using his rapid regen.
Hey, lunch your baby fingers.
Thanks.
Little misdirection there by the carriers. They launched on Colo, and then they redirected quickly to Andro after Andro had initiated the pods in the storm. Ian still got hurt though, but that's actually a good strategy, especially when they have Acid Splash, you have pods, you have storm, and a lot of counters for Ints. And this is only an apparent push by Cyberdyne, just because Reliance is wanting to give themselves breathing room to upgrade. Rebellions is back out now, 12 armor, 5 laser, 4 GAT, and a shield up, and a little shield upgrade, more energy for his bots and strike cannons.
I think if the carriers went caster here, it would be GG. Just because I think they have enough EPS for the Rebellions, Son Goku, and Admin 6.
I don't think they necessarily have to go caster. I mean, if they keep on the same course right now, they just keep farming, they just keep launching and harassing, they're eventually going to win anyways.
Yes, that's true.
And I find I've noticed this, me and the other casters have noticed this in TSL.
Admin 6 is frenzied.
Oh,
going
he's
for
frenzied
Ledanian,
on
he's gonna go
Ledanian.
down. Oh no.
That
he
is
might be
14
safe.
bile on Ledanian, and Admin 6 is at full health and still has
And
rapid
there's a
regen.
launch.
He's going
He's
for the
down
kill.
here.
And no, does not. The
Oh,
force field
wow.
denies. Force field denies. He had a small launch. It wasn't effective.
Nice cover.
Ledanian's going to
900
make it
health
back
left.
with just under 1,000. But yeah, as I was saying, in TSL, the teams are playing it a lot more carefully, because this is a long league, and how many ships you lose does matter. So I'm sure Red Lions is actually a bit upset now that they lost a ship, because in the case of a tiebreaker, then you go down to the number of games, number of ships, and then all the way down to the tiebreaker of coin toss by the TSL commissioners. So if they play it cautious, they'll be able to get some kills guaranteed. If they go caster, who knows, maybe not necessarily, though there's only one energy deny two potential energy deny ships, the Overlord and the BC for Cyberdyne. They need to come out with more energy for Psyblast. I believe he upgraded Psyblast as well.
Nope, it's still 13.9
Okay.
average.
Andrew's starting to get couple of more missiles now, just for the DPS help. Hempson's warping, and he has Acid Spray and Frenzy now.
There's the Dark Swarm. It's so effective against ranged ships.
Who needs a PDD or force fields when you have Dark Swarm? I actually haven't seen Dark Swarm being used that much in IH.
That's true. It's usually you go for PDDs or force field, but it's very effective as a guardian.
And the carriers for red lions are now at 12 and 11 ints. They're really not getting that much farm, but that's alright. Admin 6 is doing a very nice job. Now we have Chrono Boost from Colo. He can Chrono Boost Absinthe when he's frenzied. That would be quite effective. Can also Chrono Boost Andro, so she'll have more energy for pods. Red Lion's pulling back here. Looks like they just want to go spend their money. Stone Cold's almost got 900 minerals. So Goku has almost 1,000 minerals. Yeah, floating money bags. I was thinking it would be a cool idea to have an achievement. I think someone suggested actually called Greed, and you die with more than 1,000 minerals. Which would be pretty good.
Admin 6 frenzies out of danger there. 15 tens, 15 bile, 10 range.
And
he's pretty scary.
Colo should be chrono boosting when he can. I don't know why he's not. Maybe he's trying to hold something in reserve. Should be chrono boosting Absinthe, or sorry, should be chrono boosting Tura, so he has more energy for rapid regen, acid spray, and so on and so forth. Because their Leviathan has no energy, their BC has no energy, so it's definitely time to
they should be careful
drop some
here.
energy.
Red Lions is warping in.
Yep, Stone Cold's now level 12 ins, and feedback so it's going to deny all the spellcastery ships. There we go, the chrono on Tura that I was waiting for. A little misdirection towards Danian. But still, a lot of ints make it right there. We have 11 and 12 ints. Son Goku coming out now with level 7 Broods, and now Anabolic and Brood Lords.
And Siege and Rebellions. Level 5 lasers.
Level 5 laser
17
Siege
range.
with 12 armor, but hey, sure. They're not going to get pushed back, so I'm going to slowly take out the tower.
So Stone Cold's the only one cast it, which is again surprising with 2 support ships.
Yeah,
But he has 400 energy.
I think you're right. I mean, actually, both these carriers have 325 and 400 energy each. I mean, at this point, though, is it worth it for the carriers to dive into Colo? Is it worth it to dive into Ledanian and potentially, get sniped? Seems like they're just playing it cautious.
Well, to be honest, I don't think Cyberdyne has enough DPS to snipe any of them. So if
True.
you negate the Plague and the Storm, I mean, those guns are pretty effective, much more effective. They've got the Guardian with 11 Spine, and he's going to Broodlord now. He's got Broodlord with 7 Broodling Strike. 13 range, so
If I was
long range damage.
If I was Ledanian, I wouldn't try to play Admin 6 anymore. I would just try to focus on the carriers, and so maybe their team can set up a snipe, because Rebellions is not going to go down. He's 12 armor. Admin 6 is too strong. Maybe the Guardian.
Son Goku's got almost 14k health, and he's using his range very effectively. Thing behind his Broodlords, just dropping them, using Anabolic, dropping more.
Yep, and using the Dark Swarm. Tower. Rebellion's just sieged up here. No reason to be pushed back. He's got his entire team in front of him. Now level 3 missiles and more energy on Andro. Looks like Ledanian's going to go around and try to set up a warp trick point. Oh, that's not really going to work because they don't have enough TPS. Unless they were trying to hope to snipe Stone Cold or...
I find with all the nerfs to the BCs are being less effective, and double BC, you just can't get enough DPS to be able to hold or push late game.
Unless you're trying to win in the early mid game, you're right. I mean, I play BC, and so I was very sad to see all the nerfs. But I think, well, it's been discussed on the forums that BC needs to be rethought or reworked in the late game. Give them some other ability, change things up, scale up nukes damage, something.
I think they've got to improve their survivability also in the end game. They're so squishy.
Well, I know one suggestion, which was pretty cool, was to have all the upgrades. So some of the other upgrades you do, like upgrading lasers and speed and range, help enhance the special abilities of the BC.
Yeah.
So armor upgrades on the BC will actually help increase armor on the defensive shield. Lasers on the BC would increase Yamato damage, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I think it was Zimin who suggested that. System integration. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Valiant sieged up here, still level 5 laser, but hey, that still does quite a bit of damage. And basically, Red Lions, cause if they really want to commit, they could finish this whenever they want. But as I said, they're taking the cautious route. And that means we're going to get the longer games. And of course, CS is hoping maybe someone will make a mistake, or they can kill another ship on Red Lions, which will lower Red Lions' ranking if there's a tie. Big warp out.
I'm sure they have a quick warp.
Mm-hmm.
16 inch and Stone Cold now.
Yeah, they have quick warp.
8 lasers on Sanic. And he's got feedback also. There you go.
Admin
Now
6.
they're gonna
Yeah, Admin 6 is now at 9 armor, 18 tense, and 15 bile. Just completely bossing around. Absinthe.
and he's frenzying in Tura. Tura is being
Yep.
pushed back.
Not
Someone's
gonna
warp in
not
though,
gonna
so
pit
it just to scare him
right
back.
there. Let's take a quick look at the farm, though the story is just going to be similar. We've got over 3,700 farm on Red Lions, and we have 2,200 farm on Cyberdyne. So over 1,500 farm, about a 1,500 farm lead at this point. Andromeda getting more lasers, more missiles, because they don't. Cyberdyne otherwise doesn't have any DPS.
Rebellion, 13 armor, 14 lasers, 4 gaps. He's a beast right now.
Yep, they won't be able to kill him when he's on his own, and he'll be able to kill them with the siege. And we have
He doesn't
11
even have
and
prop
17
build,
ints.
'cause,
11, 17 ints on the carrier. And now we have 11 broods on the Guardian.
550 energy, that's a lot of broodlords.
I'm wondering if this will be the final contain. Actually, because
Looks
between
like
between the broods and the siege and the ints, they should be able to keep Cyberdyne pretty well pinned in. And notice here, Red Lions is not taking out this tower. Usually, the concern of that is that if the defending team has a Destro, don't want to encourage them to do the sieging up under the base, which drags the game on for about an hour. And then also, it also helps deny a little bit of the farm coming into the defending team as well.
Look at that. 2 storms, 3 pods just to get rid of those ints right now.
Yep, and it's only going to get worse from here. Terra's Frenzy's almost up. Colo's trying to do everything he can. Now he has Cloak to save. Ladanian is still just going more into... Oh, he's been upgrading his Side Blast. He's now at 1,700 damage. And it's 475 energy. Bellion's now he's shifted out of shift in position again, sieging up a little bit higher. Looks like Tura's diving in, but that and a save Cloak. But Rebellion's is alright because he was at full health. A save Cloak, but it does not save Tura.
Wow.
Nice attempt to Cloak.
Broodlords.
Kolo's fed
Rebellion's in
back.
trouble?
Nope, Rebellion's
be
is
safe.
fine. He's got the entire team to cover for him. And Admin 6 is just a scary, scary bug beast floating in space.
And there's Computer and Orion leading. It's a GG.
And there's the GG. So this was Red Lions versus Cyberdyne. So they won it 5. So it was a 5-3 game. This was game 1. So we're gonna be going into game 2 shortly. This was pretty handily won by Red Lions, though.
So I'm
After
curious
some
if
of those
this
initial
actually counts
trades.
as a 6-0 game, just because they call GG.
Um.
And they're suiciding their ships right now, so yeah, it'll be 6-0.
Yeah, it'll be a 5-0 game actually because
Oh, 5-0, sorry.
Red Lions lost one of their ships in that series of strange trades at about the 10-minute mark. And looks like they're cleaning up a little bit. And there we go. There's the quick screen. So we'll catch you guys for game 2. Should be starting shortly. And thanks for co-casting, Flight.
Thanks for having me while I'm eating lunch. Very cool.
User left your channel.
Alrighty. And welcome everybody to the second match of Red Lions versus Cyberdyne. With me, I have Flight co-casting,
Hello, hello.
and we are just set to get going here. So Red Lions won the first match. There was a series of bad trades. So Cyberdyne, they were left 5-4, and that's how the game sort of remained. And then Red Lions just stayed in the lead, kept farming well, kept doing massive DPS with the double carrier. And here we go. The good luck, have fun, and we shall get going. So, do you think we're gonna see Vera comp or anything sort of funky from Red Lions, or are they just gonna play it standard?
I think they just play it standard and they just try to outplay other clans. And I think Cyberdyne's a little bit limited in what they can run right now because of the players that are available. And there's no Zimin, there's no Zin. Not to say that the other players are bad, it's just that I'm sure that they have more flexibility the more players they have online, right? Here we go.
And here we go. Game number 2 is just gonna start. And with my buddy Fight, we're gonna be in good shape.
Have a fresh pot of coffee. It'd be nice. We play Space Bunnies after this.
You've got a whole pot of coffee next to you? That's hardcore.
Well, no. I've brewed fresh pot.
Okie dokes. So here we have spawning in the bottom corner for Cyberdyne. We have again double BC, Levy, Overlord, Arbiter, and Destro. So it looks like they're going to try to run it again.
I'm
And
not sure if yeah, they made a mistake again. They got one 6-in carrier, double levy. Actually, no, double Destro, double levy, 6-int and Raven. That's pretty muscly.
yep, that's for sure. Carrier opened up 6 cents, and he's staying in the middle this time. Both the Leviathans opened up Consummation, so we're not seeing any Corruptor play. And both Destros opened up 5 armor. Looks like we have a 5-1 split. But Admin 6 is pulling back, or maybe not. But it looks like they're just going to try to apply some pressure, but they won't actually be able to apply any damage on Admin 6 here. Launch on Tura, who is playing on Absinthe.
And a launch in admin 6.
Yep, and oh, a bit of a derp the ball here. Just sort of shifting over to the side, but not really doing any damage. And now we're settling into the usual farming lanes. Absinthe really, Tura having trouble with the launches there.
Especially with 2 10s, it's they won't let them mutate, and it's
Yep.
gonna be pretty tough for him for a little bit here.
Yeah, you opened up an extra speed rather than the 3-tent. Usually Leviathans open up 3-tent, in part so they can get one-shot farm quicker, as well as if there are launches, they don't have to worry about it. And we have a Seeker Missile by Stone Cold.
I hope that's a misclick, Turo. Oh, he's got 4 10s now.
And Stone Cold is the target, remove his shields, and then he's pretty much useless because he doesn't have much energy to spam Seeker Missile.
I'm not sure what Colo's doing right now. He's been sitting with full NG for a little bit here.
Yeah, he should be
Could've
transferring
done some
Skynet.
Yeah. Or at least storming somebody, right?
Yeah.
Here's a Seeker and Skynet.
Another
Nice
Seeker.
double Storm.
Takes out the rest of the shields. Big launch on Ladanian, and not the best storm. Storming Rebellion's not storming the launch, so Ladanian's going to be hurting here. He doesn't have any lasers to help him, and neither did the
actually, I think, a little
BCs,
bit
which
better.
both opened up range.
Rebellion's looks like he's going back to heal and maybe upgrade. He's got 100 minerals, 120.
And that's going to be pretty dangerous with these Destros, because you'll always have one Destro who can push in the middle and counteract Cyberdyne's Destro, and then they could just swap out, heal, upgrade, regenerate their shields, and so on.
And just like game 1, Cyberdyne has a slight farm lead at the 4-minute mark. 565 to 504.
Yep. So we're seeing the same again.
Oh, Warp Chick. Rebellions is pushing down. We gotta ball up and get out of here. He's gonna cut
Looks
straight down.
looks like Rebellions is going to be able to catch Orion.
Yep. There's the
It's double. There's
launch.
second warp in, the second Destro. Nice cut in there. They can
Wow.
basically pick their targets. Oh, Rebellions pulls back.
Nope, he's backing out. It's 'cause of
Backing
the
out.
storm. He
Yep.
didn't want to double stack. He played it safe there. You know what? He said, I'm going to save some shield and hull, and I'm going to just stay back here.
Yep. And we've got Skynet dancing with Admin 6 here.
He's got 3 bile, 9 range. Darn good 7 bile already. 9 range also.
Yep. And 1.6.
Yep.
Rebellions when he went back, he just got he got an extra. Actually, he didn't get it. He just got a GAT and he got a hull. And
Extra
actually,
armor.
you don't see a lot of. I don't see a lot of Destros going GAT. I see them going lasers armor.
Yep.
Because it transitions well to siege. Bit of push here on Orion, or actually no, staying on Ladanian. A little bit of a
He should
launch
be
to help
fine.
out.
Stone Cold's transferring shields. He's got EMP now also.
And
250 energy. So it's going to be one or the other.
yep. Skynet now going back. The whole Cyberdyne going back to upgrade now, and then they'll push it together.
Yeah, it's much better this way. They don't want Red Lions farming the towers for a while.
Yep.
Just pushing in here now. They're not ready to warp in yet though, but he's just scaring them off a
Yep.
little bit.
The question is, of course, the absence being absent, Atura being out here, he's going to get pounded. So if they try to use him as a warp trick point, he won't be able to hang around. He'll actually have to pull back
I'm
and
not
won't
really
be
a
able to
fan
land his
of warp
DPS.
checking the double destro. It's a little scary if you turn on you, right?
Yep. But here we go. We're going to try anyway. Skynet has 6 armor, 5 laser. BC
Nice
went
CMP.
missile boat. So now Colo is now useless. He has no energy to speak of. Andro warped in. Just the lasers and the basics. 275 energy, but I don't know what it was going towards. Actually, that could have been a misclick.
Yeah, that's
Or they're-
surprising actually.
Yeah, because you could try to say, are you trying to scare them that you got some upgrade or not? But I think that may have been a well, perhaps. That's 3 misclicks in a row. So we'll see what Andro gets. Absinthe getting pounded again by the ints. Colo unable to help really, because trying to save the storm probably for save energy for transfer. Let's take a quick look at the farm lead and what that push is able to accomplish. So for Cyberdyne, we have just above 800 farm, and then we have 880 farm for Red Lions. I always actually don't think I want to call them Rebellions. But I guess it's one
He
and the
is
same.
Rebellion. That TeamSpeak icon.
Cyberdyne's
warp
pulling.
chick up top.
Yep, Cyberdyne's pulling back. The double
Again,
Destro warping
Colo's
in.
Useless.
Yep,
He got
very
EMP'd.
very nice EMP right there.
10 range and darn good also.
Son Goku
That'll be
coming
scary.
in. Just the basics, nothing else right now. 1.7 though. More pushes on the levy, so just denying the late game carry for Cyberdyne. Brilliance now has
Nice,
bots,
plague.
and Ivan has bots as well, and a little bit of energy. Darn good, doing darn good with 7 bile and 4 tenths in comparison to Admin. Well, actually, Tura is going a bit more armor tenths because of all the launches.
Orion
push-
and Tura pushing Rebellions back. Triple BC. Andrew's coming to help.
But Stone Cold has tons of shields to regen. He's way out of the line of fire, so he can help out from that point. Skynet's still dancing with Admin 6. Admin 6 getting a little bit more bile here. A little bit of push on Ladanian. More launches. So
Nice
Colo's forced to storm repeatedly. He only has 300 energy though. He's forced to storm rather than shield transfer.
Yeah, I think he's got to stay back a little bit to get catering core and save the storm for hull and launches. Because storming shield isn't too effective.
Though if you have the energy, use it.
Yeah.
But odds are you can shield transfer instead. Oh, big push by Rebellions on Tura.
And I think it might be better for Colo to get Chrono first before force fields or anything. just to help Altura push out a little bit more,
Yeah.
increase the DPS a little bit.
And as he's saying last game, that's what happened later in the game. Colo had to help out Admin 6 in the lane. Let's take a quick look at the farm, 'cause things have been changing around. So just above 1,000 farm for Cyberdyne, and 1,200 farm for Red Lions. So Red Lions is able to increase their farm lead, so they're about 200 ahead.
I just find that the Arbiter should get Chrono right away. I mean, they have BCs with missiles and they have a levy. It's so much more effective than Storm after a while.
Yeah.
And rather than storming those launches, if Andrew got pods, which he has enough money for now, it's a little bit better overall, I think.
I still don't know why Andrew got the 275 energy. Maybe I'll find out after that it's some super secret OP thing that is very obvious and I should know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Both, Darn Good's at 10 range. Tura's not at 10 range yet. So Tura's taking a lot of extra damage from Darn Good.
Sure looks like he's going to armor 10 though. He's got 6 armor already. He's
Yeah.
got 14k health.
Yeah.
Just because that Raven Stone Cold can just drop PDDs and negate all his DPS from the vial.
And also Red Lions has been doing a lot of launches.
Yes.
And also they're worried that Son Goku, who's been stocking up on minerals, may go into heavy ints and could target snipe the supports.
Yeah, it's those levies are getting really fat, Darn Good, and Admin 6 over 300 farm already. There is only at 220, so the longer the game goes on, the stronger those levies are going to be.
Yeah, and the more I see these double BCs, I love BC, and I love my shiny BC, but I can't feel it the way the battle cruiser is right now.
I mean, I think double guard would have a lot more effective, especially against double dust show and even the ints, right?
Yeah.
Those needles very effectively.
It
They can
scales very nicely for
scourge.
DPS.
Yeah.
So Zedu, if you're watching this, buff the BC, please.
Help the BC.
Help the BC. It's my favorite / almost only ship. It's no longer my only ship, but
Great job by Lai. He still got the plague out even after eating the EMP.
yep, he's now 325 energy. So Andrew's coming back and got locked down. So Andrew's target is Stone Cold, because Stone Cold's been harassing Colo very nicely with EMPs. So that seems like it's Andrew's Andrew's shift click to there and just waiting for that lockdown. There we go.
Very nice.
We've got the crystal upgrade on Colo as well, some additional energy and a little bit of shields. Now we're getting in some more lasers from Rebellions, in addition to shield upgrades and some energy to support the bots. Orion has gone pods and scan, 275 energy, as well as a little bit of missile boat.
Still no Chrono and Colo. 15 minutes. I guess I play Arbiter a little bit differently.
Yeah,
I think
and
350 energy could have been fine, especially with Core, if he stays out of range of being hit. And just Chrono that levy. Just Chrono him all day. Darn Good warps in, 350 energy, and he's got rapid regen. Full upgrades in the regen, it looks like.
Tura now has
Oh,
both Leviathans have rapid regen at the moment.
Also, Darn Good does have upgrade in rapid regen, so he's got a 6-second instead of 4, 5.
Yep, you're right. Another lockdown on Stone Cold, so Andrew's going to be sticking to Stone Cold like glue and making
Lai's
sure
been doing a
she
good job
locks him
playing.
down over and over.
8 armor on computer also, 7 lasers, 7 range.
Bit of a push on Darn Good. Looks like they're worried about a warp in. Nope, because Admin 6 is warping on the right of the map, but Rebellion's warps in on Darn Good. A little misdirection there, launching its Colo deciding, no, instead of going for Skynet. Skynet has 8 armor, 7 lasers.
Yeah, it's a pretty ineffective redirect since he's only doing 11 damage to the computer. Admin 6 is scary though, man. 13 bile, 10 range. Ouch. Oh, computer. He just lost his bots.
That's always a sad thing. The workers, they work tirelessly to repair the ship, and then they just get sniped. We will have a moment of silence to remember all the little baby SCVs that are crawling all over the Destros. Nice pods, but not enough.
Oh, put his bots in. Let's zoom in. Give him the focus. 4 little bots, SCVs.
Where on... Guys, we're
Oh,
gonna do a
we've
tribute.
lost 3 of them.
Oh no! We're doing a tribute? Oh no, no bots yet. We will do a tribute
Otherwise, they
later.
just got sniped off again, unfortunately.
Yep, so yeah, so just so you know, you need shields to protect your bots. They take a direct hit. Basically, if you take hull damage, your bots will die. So, while repair bots is really useful, you can't be taking damage at the time. Another launch here on Andro. What's interesting is, yeah, even though they haven't upgraded, these Destros are still, even at the 20-minute mark, still spamming the launches because they're so effective. It forces Tura to go armor tents. It forces Andro to, well, not Andro, but it forces Orion or the BCs in Cyberdyne to get pods. Use what you have. If you have fighters and you're not launching them, then it's a waste. It's just DPS sitting in the bank. Cole's coming in with his force fields.
Yeah, force field are helping out against admin 6. Can help computer push it a little bit more.
Launch on
He
Orion.
hasn't upgraded yet. He's got 766 minerals, so I'm sure he's going to go back a little bit sooner.
Andrew's warping in a little bit more energy. I think she may have got another missile upgrade. Looks like
Yep, you're right.
Andrew's trying to get Son Goku in a. I don't know why she's trying to get Son Goku. Son Goku doesn't. Oh, there we go. Son Goku doesn't have warp in. Bombarded by Ivan. Let's take a quick look at the farm count. Who's looking at the overlay? Oh my gosh, no one is. Oh my god. Ladanian, my Mr. Farm guy, who always tells me to show the farm. So for Cyberdyne, we have just under 1,800 farm, and we have just above 2,300 farm for Red Lions. So we've got a 500 farm lead now, and it's only going to grow from here.
That bombard is so scary. 2,500 damage, and you can stop it, so it's continuous. I think Andrew should focus on Ivan with the lockdowns if she can't get the Raven.
Computer warps in with protective field and 12 lasers, so it could be teching later for a siege, or just lots of DPS and counters to launches. Someone asked me why did I call it baby SCV? Well, because they're tiny. You can't see them. Therefore, they're baby SCVs. We send babies out on the outside of spaceships in space, and tell them to go repair giant spaceships in the middle of a space battle. Like in Episode 1 Star Wars, the droids, if anyone remembers. So
Pompey's pushing an admin 6.
Yep.
Nice positioning, using full force in force fields.
Yep, nice force field placement. And those laser and Compy's lasers are definitely going to help, but still it takes the pods, it takes the lasers. It really ties up the whole team trying to deal with those launches. And Son Goku's got 400 or so, going to be going back and upgrading more. Darn Good is out here. Darn Good is hanging out a little bit too far to the outside, so it looks like Cyberdyne's going to cut on him a bit. But then again, we may have a warp out on the Leviathan.
They're launching on him.
It looks like they aren't committing too closely. Plague. Oh, nope, Ladanian got his plague off.
Warping and Rebellions in the bottom. Admin 6, 14 bile, 9 tenths. 1.71 feet, and he's got Frenzy now.
They're warping in. Red Lions is warping in on the right this time. And they're going to keep pushing.
So both Destros have bombardment now. That's going to be messy.
Ladanian just
Rebellions with 375 energy.
Ladanian just missed a plague. He now has Siphon energy, which will be targeting. Well, now he has a lot of targets. He has Stone Cold, he has Ivan, he has Rebellions now is Bombard, so lots of targets to needing to be denied for energy. Orion also has Lockdown now, so the BCs can, nice EMP, BCs can now just lock down everything in sight. Ooh, and there we
Tura's just working in Rebellions.
Nice Bombard.
Andrew's in trouble. Nice lockdown.
Looks like they're going to be covering. Colo is not transferring, maybe saving it instead for Force Field or Storm. But only has 425 energy.
Stone Cold missed the EMP on Tura and Colo.
Son Goku's coming out. He now has Warp in. How much farm has Son Goku been getting? Because I feel like he should be only 262
Well, he's
farm. All the farms been going towards admin 6 and darn good, so that's why you don't usually see a carrier with level 11 ints at almost the 25-minute mark. But that's because the carrier's playing a as a focus role in the middle.
yeah, it's just so much more DPS for double Destro, right? They could just stack on somebody and the ints are more effective that way.
Mm-hmm.
He does have warp and catapult, so.
Little bit of a funny warp in by Colo, too close to the front lines. Nice EMP, got computer and got Ryan.
Ryan's got biosteel, so he can stay out a little bit longer. Look at his push. They're just hard containing it now. Those bombards.
All the Destros now have reinforced hull.
Yeah, but Colo Storm is less and less effective as the game goes on.
One thing I was mentioned, I was watching the cast yesterday of Eclipses versus 7th Fleet, and they were saying that not many Destro players open up reinforced hull. I think it's really only Eclipses, and I noticed in this game also all the Destros opened up 5 armor. And reinforced hull is a later game upgrade.
Yeah, like there was a lot of talk when it first came out, when the buff came out, and a lot of people were doing the testing, and I think some people are more comfortable and more familiar with the 5 armor, and they get out, right? They don't have to wait for the 5 minerals.
Yeah, and that can make a difference, for sure.
Catch that early farm. Computer's pushing in darn good, but he's still green all the way. Didn't do very much.
Damien got a nice plague off there. BC is now at 425 and 300 energy each. Level 16 lasers now on computer. Tura's now at 1310 7 bile and has got frenzy. Darn good does not have frenzy yet.
But he's got 11 range. That's pretty expensive.
Oh, that's
I think
interesting.
that's 400 speed.
And yeah,
just
but with
kiting
Tura
away.
only at 9 range. Oh, and Tura's diving in there, but Tura dived right in front of Ivan.
Andrew almost went down there.
Yep. But still, this could be
Tura-
hard for Tura, especially because it looks like Red Lines is focusing on him.
Oh, Andrew
Andrew's-
still went down.
Andrew's down.
It's those continuous bombardment. It's so scary as hell.
Yep.
I think Tura even threw a frenzy in the middle of that. It just didn't push off red lines at all.
Mhm.
He's still forceful about it.
And look, the Destros are going back with, they're not in too bad shape. Green and yellow with yellow and green with some shields. So even though with that, pretty heavy push, no problem at all. Nice pods by Ryan. Pretty much cleaned all that up. Son Goku just trying to farm as much as possible.
Stone Cold's warping out also. Looks like the whole team is doing upgrades and trying to take
Yeah.
over the towers when they come back out.
Let's take a look at the farm lead. Ladanian, I can count on you to show the farm. So the score is 5-6 right now for Cyberdyne. Sorry, for Red Line. We have just above 2,100 farm for Cyberdyne, and we have 3,300 farm for Red Line. So now it's a 1,200 farm lead.
So this is it's going to be pretty fun for Rebellions. He's got the bombardment and strike cannons, 400 energy. So he can just keep spamming one after the other. Cool down one and use the other one, right? Especially with the 10 range and the strike cannons, it's just too strong.
And it looks like the problem is that what is Cyberdyne going to do to set something up? I mean, they don't have a lot of DPS. They don't have a Tex which can try to break up Red Lions. Skynet looks like you maybe take a tech to siege. And maybe hope to get it to snipe, but...
Nice Siphon and Ivan. But here comes Rebellions with all his spells.
Here he comes. Dum da da dum da 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 dum. Here comes Rebellions. Da 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 dum. I was actually thinking of
There's
like
the
the Destrar.
There's the strike cannons.
Yep.
I'm sure he's going to be bombarding next before that Scourge. There you go. Before the Siphon takes place.
And bombarding empty space.
Yeah. He used it, right? So
Yeah,
he's like,
might
oh
as
my
well.
god, I'm going to lose my energy. Might as well.
Looks badass. Boom, 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 bombard.
He's playing the drums.
Yeah, I think if a destro was it was a musical instrument, they would be bass drums,
Yeah.
especially with the bard.
Percussions. Oh my god, Tur's gonna go down here.
Oh,
Even with Frenzy,
even with frenzied out of to escape,
Oh,
that
he was a little bit too late with the rapid
Yep.
regen.
and that in my mind seals the fate of
Yeah,
Cyberdyne,
It's GG.
because they don't have any
Well, I
linking
think that
carrier
was,
ships.
even with those comps, I think it was GG early on. The double Destro versus the double BCs.
The rock paper scissors, yeah.
It's, yeah, double Levy versus one Levy and a Destro on the outside. It was pretty tough from the get-go.
Taking out the top tower now. There we go.
Yep, there we go.
In this case, it wasn't really trades. It was just continuous play, I think.
Yeah, it was just too muscular. That comp's too muscular. And the BCs, like I said, are pretty soft. And the fact that they had two supports, not enough power.
Yeah, Ventura's left the game. No GG yet, but that may be forthcoming soon.
I'm sure Cyberdyne's a little disappointed with the first two games. I think they had a good chance of competing with Red Lions after Red Lions lost to Mace early this week.
Mm-hmm. Little bit of an upset though. Mace is full of good players. They're all driving tanks around these days, so
Yeah.
must have been a little bit of a shock for Red Lions. I haven't watched the games yet myself though.
No. But Mace has a lot of really good players, right?
Yeah, a lot of good players, a lot of good
I was
analysts.
surprised, but not so surprised. If
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense.
Well, so if someone's gonna beat Reliance at TSL, it's Mace is definitely a possibility.
Yes.
But yep, started frenzying up here to catch farm, perhaps, or
Farm.
maybe it's
They're gonna
actually
take
trying
a
to get some
beating.
bile on Ladanian.
It looks like Skynet and
They're going for possibly a cloaked base snipe, because
I don't know if they can, because that's been nerfed, right? They were
well,
trying
it
out,
was
but you
nerfed.
can
It was
see
it
Stone
was
Cold's
it was
checking out.
nerfed such that you would still the Destro be revealed, but no broods would not be revealed by the base if they were getting sniped.
Yeah.
But then with the Arbiter, I'm wondering cloaking. If you cloak the Destro's out of the traditional detection range, and the Destro starts attacking the mothership, if that would reveal him on the minimap. I'm not sure. Someone answer
Well,
me.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't think they can snipe the mothership, because the mothership's got 19 range, right? So
Mhm.
even with the siege, especially with only with two upgrades, it's
They could
within
snipe
the
a tower or
striking
two, though.
distance.
They could for sure get
Yeah.
a tower.
Yeah, there's the Crone.
Yep.
A little late, but
A three ship push on computer and a blackout by Stone Cold, locking down Colo, so Colo won't be able to do anything to save computer.
and there's corruption too. And he hasn't frenzied yet. Oh, he has
Warp in
frenzied
by Ivan, 10 armor, 10 armor, 4
Oh.
shields, 8 lasers.
already.
There we
Guardian
go.
warps in with frenzy. They're gonna
Tex.
push on
Did anyone get
Very
caught in
nice.
that text?
force fields. I
Don't
think he
think
can
so.
save him. Oh my.
Oh my
Yep.
god. There we go.
Very nice.
And I didn't actually catch this text going down. I was trying to watch the computer's gonna die. It looks like that was almost defensive.
Son Goku texted farm, I guess.
Well, actually, that could actually have prevented the other team from going up and around, but I'd have to
Yeah.
check the replay again.
Yeah, I missed that completely also.
That's
Nice
what happens,
pod from
guys.
Ryan.
But, of course, there's a danger that computer already has siege and may just turtle up under the base.
Yeah.
There
and,
we go.
Oh, Rebellion does siege also, but he doesn't have the range or the damage for it. He's backing out.
At this
He's
point,
like, uh-oh.
if I was Orion, I would get nuke. Colo does the best constantly chronoing computer. If Orion gets nuke, then if someone tries to dive in on computer, he can get off the nuke and just scare him away. Or if it actually makes contact, then computer can finish him off.
Yeah, and the fact that the demons got contaminated, he can slow down someone enough to maybe snipe someone off with the computer.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad combination. Looks like this tower's almost dead. Looks like perhaps it was an accident they let it go down this far.
Yeah, they didn't want to hit it off, because then Cyberdyne will just turtle up even harder.
Yep. Colo has an observer out. unless Stone Cold accidentally EMPs it. So computer will have vision. I think it was Rebellions was counter siege, but then unsieged.
Surprisingly, the science vessel is not regenerating on the bottom. I wonder why that is.
It could be considered burning at this point. I wonder.
I guess so. I didn't know that.
There we go. Well, that's that.
There you go.
The
He's like,
mystery of the
well,
science
might as well
vessel
get rid
will
of
not. We won't be able to stare and watch it the rest of the game. Oh noes. Rebellion sieged up here, just sieging farm and also acting as a contain for anyone who wants to try to go around. Nice pods, but take a look at that. You need 2 pods to finish up these ints now. Level at 15 ints on Son Goku and 425 energy, warp in. It said Stone has 550 energy. It's up
He's got
shield transfer.
blackout. He's got D Matrix with 2-second cooldown. 550 energy. That Raven's gonna be deadly.
Corruption by Admin 6.
Balance is warping out. I'm sure he's getting more range and some lasers. He's got 900 minerals, so
Let's just watch that
he's
number
gonna
go
be
up.
scary.
I'm gonna stay on Rebellions right now. We'll just watch the laser number go up.
There's a little observer. Give computer a little bit more range and vision.
And he got a little bit more he's getting more armor actually. Only 1 or 2 laser upgrades and then some armor and some shields. And protective field. Because I believe he did not have that already.
More importantly, he's got the same range as computer now. So. Oh no, computer got an extra range, 17 lasers.
Orion's getting ripped up by Darn Good's level 11 16 bile. Even with the force fields. Every volley that gets through is just pounding him.
Well, I think if Orion gets too close, if Darn Good frenzies, that 16-10 can still kill him.
Yep.
It's doing 74 damage to massive.
And just like we thought, Ladanian has Contaminate, Orion has Nuke. Does no cloak, but just Chrono on Colo. This is not upgraded, though, the cooldown.
He's got upgrades, 2 upgrades on it.
2 upgrades, but not more.
Yep. You can't Chrono 2 shift at the same time.
Bellion's coming in from the bottom, the rest of the team coming in from the top, so they won't know which side to focus on. Tex.
Oh,
Nice Tex. Caught Ladanian and
I'm
caught
not sure
Colo.
if they can save him.
Nope, because it looks like Rebellions is going to siege up. Ivans doesn't need to siege up.
Oh,
Blackout on
blackouts,
computer.
contaminate.
Admin is frenzied up, and
Save.
computer goes down.
Wow.
Ryan goes down, and double
That was, pretty
bombard
quick.
siege on Ladanian. Ladanian's the target, and then Colo's going down in the span of maybe 10 seconds. The rest of the ships are killed.
I mean,
There goes the GG.
computer had 9 armor, full health, and he just went down like candy.
Though he was sieged up at the time, I think.
Yep.
And he was contaminated, so or sorry, no, he was under corruption.
Blacked out.
So that extra 20% damage, that really makes a difference.
Well, I don't think if we can cast another one because we're playing a game in 20 minutes.
Well,
But thanks for having me.
you're welcome. So yeah, you're going to be playing in Eclipse's Space Bunnies, and I'm going to keep on casting these guys, and I'll join you guys for a later game. So
What?
yeah. The casting party will continue in the Artemis channel. But yeah, thanks again for joining me, guys, and we're going to be going into game. We have game 3 still for Red Lions versus Cyberdyne.
See you later.
User left your channel.
And hey everybody, welcome to week 2. Yeah, I forgot to unmute. Welcome to welcome to the week 2 matchup between Red Lions versus Cyberdyne. The score is now 2-0 for Cyberdyne. And what do we see here for our comp? Something like that, guys. So a bit of a different comp mix up here. Cyberdyne was running double BC comps before, wasn't quite successful. Last game, the Red Lions ran a double Destro comp, which was super effective and was very, very muscular. Looks like we're ready to go here again. And there we are. Someone's at the door. The kids want to rake the leaves. Well, you could let the kids rake the leaves, and you don't have to do it. Double Consummation on the Leviathans for Red Lions, Plague on the Overlord, and 5 Spine and a Ranged Guardian. BC opened up pods, so last time they had the double Leviathan, double Destro. They were spamming the launches constantly at the beginning, so it looks like they're worried about that. Cyberdyne's worried about that again. They put pods on Orion. And Ladanian is Overlord again for the 3rd time. He was getting off a lot of excellent plagues, so hopefully we can see more of that from him this game. And Absinthe, not quite, sort of trying to take on those Guardians, and he got a plague from Stone Cold. Andrew's opened up EMP. And what do we have? We have the carrier. So Colo is a carrier he was 4-3 going up against Darn Good, who was also a levy last game. So Darn Good immediately going into the armor tents to counteract any launches from Colo. Push in the middle by Cyberdyne, supported by the transfer. And Skynet's going just for tents at this point, and looks like we don't see anything committal yet from Admin 6. He hasn't done his Consummation yet, aside from his one shot. So pretty even farm line, except Tura is Absinthe, Tura the same in this matchup. Getting really pounded by the plagues from Stone Cold. Looks like Andromeda's hasn't been able to get off. I don't know if Andromeda's actually got enough any EMPs yet. Should be trying to focus on Stone Cold because those plagues are really starting to hurt their Destro. Rebellion's coming in from the side, guns blazing. Looks like Ladanian's going to take the chance to get a plague off. Gets a double plague off. Very nice plague on Son Goku and Rebellions. Just aiming it right in between the two, knowing the radius, and then it'll hit both of them. And Cyberdyne gets pushed back. And let's take a quick look at the farm count. We have 580 farm for Cyberdyne and just 736 for Red Lions. Rebellion's warping back now. Possibly they're worried about a warp trick, but it's going to be just a pushing out. Warping on Skynet, but Red Lions is long gone. Sorry, warping on computer, but Red Lions is long gone. Ryan's going for his going for one laser, one armor, sort of a grab bag of things, and grabbed a range and already had the range and grabbed a missile. Tura's gotten extra speed, just a laser actually, laser and reinforced hull. We have more interceptors up to 7 from Colo. Nice plays going back and forth. And Computer doesn't have to worry about any Ravens this time from Red Line, so he's going pure into Bile, whereas Admin 6 may have to take a more balanced approach because of the threat of a PDD. Rebellion's getting the side lane for a while, suffering a bit from a launch from Colo. Pushing pretty hard, and look like they're going to be a warp in on Rebellions. That's going to catch some of Cyberdyne off guard, or could be just a push. Danian coming in for a plague, waiting for the rest of the team to warp in, getting a plague instead off. Missed. Plague missed. Was trying to go for Son Goku. Guardians coming in. We have double corrosive acid, 7 spines on both. And it looks like that computer's trying to set up another warp trick for his team. He's got a very nice position, pretty high up. He's full on health. Stone Cold warped in now in the middle. More energy in his lasers. The one corrosive acid. Oh, and Colo warping in, so lost his momentum. So Red Lions is able to catch up. They're going to be able to push very hard. Just one stack of corrosive acid, though. Turo warps in. Plagues flying back and forth. Rhyme warping in. I don't know what he got. Sorry, he got an extra speed, and he was already at 8 range. Probably hasn't been able to get a lot of farm. The call for the retreated Red Lions is time to upgrade. Actually, no. They weren't able to have that much chance to farm. The Rebellions needs to upgrade at this point. So this is a stronger comp showing by Cyberdyne. Cyberdyne ran the double BC in the last 2 games, which really didn't suit them well. The BCs weren't able to do that much damage because of the latest BC nerfs and the fact that BCs need to be pumped up for the late game. Red Lions have been running very muscular comps in the middle, particularly last game with the double Destro. Darn good, doing darn good. Now he has his rapid regen, 3 armor, 7 tent, and only 9 range bile for the moment. Bit of a push on Ivan. Counter corrosive acid. I always feel like it looks like someone's vomiting or something. And so looks like, but it's also an effective deterrent because it cuts down the armor. Darn good is diving in there, and he's at full health with his rapid regen. Looks like they're targeting the Overlord. And with the launch and look at this, darn good, still doing darn good. And Ladanian goes down. No more pro plagues from Ladanian. Though the kill goes to Rebellions. And again, the first kill around 10 minutes. This is what happened last game. Oh, sorry, this is what happened in game 1. There was a series of trades. And that's what I'm finding is interesting in these matchups is that the decisive kills or the game is somewhat decided by 10 minutes. And then it's really how it plays out. Because Red Lions doesn't derp that often. They play pretty solidly and they're very coordinated. So they're able to take advantage of any derps by the other team. And as well, they're very disciplined so they don't get caught out. So once they get the lead, it's going to be hard for Cyberdyne to come back. Looking at the farm count, we have 930 farm for Cyberdyne and 1,300, almost 1,400 farm for Red Lions. So big farm lead there, about 400. Tura's warped in, more armor, more lasers. Darn good. Investing more into bile. I don't know if trying to force Andro to go get PDDs at this point, or isn't too worried about the threat. Note that Red Lions doesn't have much energy denied. They just have the siphon from Stone Cold, if he chooses to get it. Admin 6 going 3 armor, 7 10 to 7 bile. He's already at his 10 range. Not really worrying about then at all about PDDs or trying to force him to go that way. Computer coming out 7 10, 5 bile, 10 range. Colo has 12 interceptors at this point, more plays going back and forth. Nice EMP, but didn't stop the plague. And Rebellion's coming back out. 2 GATs, he always gets the GATs. 2 GATs and 5 lasers and bots, reinforced hull. And Orion's already taking a big pounding. They're already into the hull damage. Ping here, the worried possibly about a warp trick. Or no, just telling them to go down because we have a big push on computer. Looks like all of our lines. No, instead the corrosive acid goes on Colo on the carrier, because the carrier could save this game for Cyberdyne with the clutch text. But it looks like they're going for both at the same time, or just pushing them back for maximum damage. And we'll see who the GATs end up going on. Hard to tell, but looks like the target was computer, or actually, I can't tell. They're just going for everybody. Turris trying to cover in, but is getting pounded as a result with the corrosive acid. And Cyberdyne, when they were trying to push out, is yet again forced to pull back. Big farm leak here, but Red Lions has quite the lead, so it doesn't quite matter at this point. Keeping applying the constant pressure is going to prevent Cyberdyne from getting any farm and able to even get warp or do anything. And of course with the advantage of numbers, the fact that Leviathans are beefy, that have the Guardians, warp tricks are really not going to be very effective unless you can get a key text off. The farm lead now, we have just above almost 1100 farm for Cyberdyne, and now we have almost 1800 farm for Red Lions, so the farm gap is increasing. And looking at the farm here, yeah, as expected, Leviathans are doing pretty darn good. Admin 6 is doing I can't find a play on words for that. I'll have to come up with something. Both Leviathans are doing farm good, but Cyberdyne, again, as you can see, is pretty farm starved, except for computer.
Hey, wake up.
And the Cyberdyne's only really pushing out because Red Lions wants to, is letting them. There may be a warp in on Rebellions here, so Skynet, sorry, computer, whatever, an artificial life form that isn't an organic life form is pushing on Rebellions. So that means he's going to get caught. He's already 1.7, he's fine. Looks like we're worried about darn good there. But looks like the warp in's going to be on Rebellions. And there's the additional warp in. Little bit of a launch trying to harass the Leviathans a bit, but at this point not much you can do when you have a 4 spine and you have a 11 spine Guardian there, in addition to the Leviathans who are at 1 shot. Andrew's been getting a little bit more energy over time. Probably we'll see defensive shield coming from her just to cover their teammates because they do need a save. Colo hasn't bought anything, so may actually be trying to save up for a text, because that's really the only way that Cyberdyne could get out of this mess, is by dividing and conquering. Catching Stone Cold in a text would be excellent. Leviathans are starting to get really beefy, but if they could just split up Red Lions, they could try to snipe one of the other ships. And big push on an Andro and computer, but not a concentrated corrosive acid. I think they should be trying to go on the same thing. Double stack corrosive acid on computer, and now double stack on Andromeda, but the DPS is on Colo, and the nuke is going off, but that was a defensive nuke by Orion. Very good, because it pushed Admin 6 off. Even though he's full health, it prevented him from diving in and killing Colo. And guys, I have to see why I don't get the sounds nuclear launch detected, but I can say this. Nuclear launch detected. There we go. We got it. Son Goku and darn good cleaning up the farm. Again, the corrosive acid just wearing down them. Tura now has protective field in addition to the bot's 250 energy, though not that much to support it. And we're going to have to wait another 2 minutes before we can see a nuke again from Orion. Stone Cold now has Siphon Energy because he's the only energy deny that Red Lions has. Do we have a D matrix? We have a D matrix on Andro. And now we're getting more armor on Son Goku and on Ivan, now 4 and 5 armor each. So just basically being very tanky and taking advantage of the fact now you have sort of several tanky-ish ships in addition to Rebellions, which means that they'll be able to just stay in the fight that much longer and then use their DPS to their advantage and their numbers. Andrew got hit by a plague and is no shields at the moment. Bit of a D-Matrix there to help out. We have another minute, less than a minute on the nuke. Ivan's going back to upgrade 373, so we'll see what he gets. And where is Rebellions, I wonder? I find it's really hard to see the purple on the interface. Rebellions is going around the outside, not really engaging in anyone, so I wonder if he's just trying to push and farm in general. Looks like no point of a warp in. Just a slow and steady pushback by Red Lions. Admin 6 now is Frenzy. And Tura is staying out. But that could also be a disadvantage because while the team heals up, that means that Tura is not going to be around to help tank for the team. But of course the danger is if no one stays up at the front, then this team's muscular enough they can take out a tower if they want to. I don't think they'll do it in this back, but they'll probably do it in next back when they upgrade. So Ivan went out for more armor, 10 range, and 11 spine. Son Goku gone for 11 range, but only 1 spore and 4 spine. Got both of the Guardians got Parasite. And we have the tech, and I missed it, the text by Colo on admins, actually on darn good, but that did nothing at all. Purely defensive, and Cyberdyne was not able to capitalize on that. And I think at this point, Colo's going to have to catch more than one ship in a text in order to make it worthwhile. Otherwise, Cyberdyne's just going to get pushed back. Siphon on computer, and computer has corruption. So trying to increase the DPS. Ryan's ready with his nuke, but now we have to wait another 2 minutes for another text. So Cole is going for quick launch. He has a Parasite on, and quick launch and his 12 interceptors. Hammond 6 frenzied up. Darn Good also has Frenzy 2, 9 bile, 11, 10, 5 armor. Let's take a quick look at the farm. Haven't looked at that lately. So we have just above 1700 farm for Cyberdyne, and we have 2900 farm for Red Lions. So the farm lead is now 1200 again, like we saw last game. But this time the difference for Cyberdyne is they do have a carrier. Before they only had the Arbiter, they had BCs, and they didn't really have any game-changing ships. So if with a well-placed text, Colo may be able to give his team a window of opportunity to take advantage. We now have Bombardment from Tura, and Stone is just sorry, Stone, not Stone. CS1, i.e. Colo. Now Tex is going to be up in 13 seconds. Red Lions probably knows this. They're pulling back. Rebellion's pulling back to upgrade. We now have 14 bile on admin 6. And they're taking out the bottom tower now. Rebellion's coming back out. Siege, level 6 lasers. And notice Rebellion's is getting he gets siege fairly early on. Oh, text, double text. We have the Overlord and the Guardian in a text. But this time Rebellion's is coming in. His warp is on cooldown. He won't be able to come for another 20 seconds. Looks like Cyberdyne's going to try to kill. Probably going for the Overlord. The nuke is off, but will it hit? Yeah, it looks like it's going to hit Stone Cold along with the interceptors. Almost there. Perhaps just timing the interceptors slightly afterwards would be better, but Stone Cold can make it away with... Oh no, actually he may burn. Never mind. But a counter push on Cyberdyne A strong push. Is Stone gonna make it, guys? We're watching the Stone cam. I will watch the Stone cam faithfully. 50 health. No, Stone is gonna die on the way back. Unfortunately. And we're going to watch his death, and just as he gets between the goalposts of the towers, Stone Cold burns down. So that was a very nice... Artemis avenge me. Well, I can't avenge you, but I can have a moment of silence. So very nice text by Cole, as I said. Catching the two ships prevented Cyberdyne from being pushed back. And even though Red Lions did do a very strong push and they almost caught somebody, still wasn't successful. So now the game is 5-5. And what else I'd like to note, Red Lions no longer has any energy deny. Stone Cold was using Siphon. So this game is a little bit more even, but to be honest, with these two Leviathans and the beefy Guardians, this is still going to be an uphill battle for Cyberdyne. So let's take a quick look at the farm. Thanks, Ivan. We have 1900 farm for Cyberdyne and 3100 farm for Red Lions. So 1100 farm leads still. And not good news for Cyberdyne. They still have a lot of work to do. Tex is going to be back up in 13 seconds. Frenzy, double frenzy on computer. Looks like they're trying to take out the late game ship. A nice D-Matrix by Andromeda. Because if Red Lions can kill either the carrier... Oh, Colo caught out of position, but he texted admin 6. No, sorry, darn good. I always miss that. Nice saves by Andromeda. Looks like Cyberdyne may not be able to capitalize on this text because Rebellions is sieged up. But very nice series of D-Matrixes and saves. But that's, as I said, Red Lions is just so beefy. Cyberdyne's going to have a hard time catching up. And as I said, that was only one. I believe that was only one ship. That was just darn good in the text. Really, Cyberdyne needs to catch two ships because otherwise the remaining ships of Red Lions are just so strong they can keep pushing back. And Andro is at 500 energy now, but is parasited, so they will know another 2 minutes of parasite. So Red Lions knows exactly where Andro is. 300 energy now and starting to get missiles on Orion. Going for the DPS so they'll be able to capitalize on any Texes. And Tex is still in a bit over a minute and minute and a half on Tex coming up before we can see more of that. But Cole's being aggressive with those Texes. I keep missing the inception of those, sorry. But they are keeping Cyberdyne in the game. At this point, if we had the BC like we did before, instead of the carrier, Cyberdyne would not be holding out. So, darn good warping out on the side. Big push on Tura by Admin 6. Defensive nuke by Orion, but look, it doesn't even do anything. Corrosive acid on Admin 6. They're turning on Admin 6. Trying to get their missiles on him. No, sorry, not corruption, rather than corrosive acid, but looks like they weren't able to capitalize on that, and Tura just gets out of this alive. And Andro now has PDDs, and so these two Leviathans are perhaps regretting that they went so much into PDDs, but since Andro's going around and EMPing and D-Matrixing PDDs, he's going to have a hard time budgeting the energy usage. But Tex is now back up, so Cole will be able to do a save in the future. We now have Broodlords from Ivan, level 10 broods, double broods, level 10, and anabolic on one of the Guardians. Level 10 broods, but only one of them got spawned Broodlords. So now we have something interesting. Now that we sort of have the pieces in place, we have the nuke. We have a nuke that has still a minute of solar cooldown. We have PDDs, which can help with positional control. We have Tex, which cannot be denied. So we have the recipe from Cyberdyne, even though they do not have a lot of DPS comparison. We do have a nice recipe for a kill if all the pieces click together, and they really are depending on Red Lions to make a mistake here. Darn good getting a lot of health upgrades. He's now at 10 armor, 15 tense, and 14 bile. Admin 6 only 7 armor, but 15 and 15. Pewter just getting pounded here, though he only has level 4 armor, 11 tense, and 11 bile. Rebellion's warping back, probably to get more lasers or protective field. He has just over 1,000 to spend, so these ships are just going to get they're floating money bags, and they're just going to get richer and richer. Son Goku pinging, possibly saying that worried about a warp, or worried about Colo up there trying to catch one of them in a text. Let's look at the farm really quickly. 2,200 farm for Cyberdyne and 3,900 farm for Red Lions. So the gap again is widening yet again. 1,700 farm lead. 5-5. And this is game 3. Though if this was the best of 3, Red Lions would have already won. But this in TSL, to keep the scores even, these are actually 3 games in a single match. And then based on number of wins, and so on and so forth, in the match wins. Then the teams are seeded for the playoffs at TSL in January, February. Rebellion's coming back in level 17 lasers. Level 17 lasers, so whenever he sieges, he's gonna be a big threat. Darn good, getting even more and more health upgrades, just acting like a giant, huge tank, and he'll be able to tank for Rebellions. Andromeda's probably thinking about getting blackout, but doesn't have enough minerals for it. Rebellions is sieging up here in the bottom where the old tower used to be. The brutes are coming in. No more parasites in the Guardians, though. They should be getting their parasites off to help give Rebellion's vision. An ideal candidate would be Andromeda, because Andromeda's going to hang back. Or Colo would be my preferences. Because they are also the squishier targets and they'll be easier to snipe. Level 14, warp in from... There's the Tex. Rebellion's in the Tex, which is a logical choice. Admin 6 frenzied up, but will Cyberdyne be able to capitalize on this? And looks like, again, a full health team of Red Lions. And nothing happened there, but it did unsiege Rebellions. Rebellions is just going to siege up again. Nice try, but no cigar. It may have been better to actually text the rest of the team and dive on Rebellions. Dark good taking some mothership damage there. And a counter siege is possible, but it wouldn't be as effective because Tura's only at level 6 lasers, 12 armor. So the parasite went down on Tura, and who else? Did both these parasites go off? Yes, we have double parasite. The second one may be on computer. I'm missing. Where is that other parasite? Maybe it didn't go off. Okay. Rebellion's just pounding away, getting a couple pot shots on Andro. And Admin 6 really flirting with the mothership there. Flirting with the mothership beam and taking the damage, saying, hey, you know what? I've got 16k health plus. And rapid regen. I can just take this any day you like. Level 17 tense and 15 bile. Darn good at 17k health, 18 tens, and 16 bile. And Red Lions is farming it up like crazy. Cole is now level 16 inch. Tex is going to be up in 40 seconds. Andrew doing her best, spamming the energy. Looks like still saving up for blackout. Because the blackout in combination with the Tex would be quite effective. Blackout Rebellions, Tex someone else. But to be honest, it'd be very hard to kill the Leviathans at this point. Pretty much impossible. They're DPS. And once Son Goku goes back for Spawn Broodlords, then it'll be even more of a contain. Looks like Red Lions pushing around. Colo is sort of popping around the top trying to farm. Maybe trying to surprise Red Lions. So Andrew got blackout finally. He's going to try to maybe coordinate it with Colo. Colo's text is up. So maybe Andrew's waiting for a little more. There's the text. Caught the Guardian. So now Andrew's going to try to strategically use blackout on rebellions. But Admin 6 knows what's going on and is going to push Andrew back. So won't be able to get the blackout off. And even what attempts to be an offensive text, it's not even do anything, and Ivan just makes it out. Enjoyed the time in the toilet, the spinning toilet bowl. Spinning vortex. And Reliance is saying, okay guys, time to go. Rebellion's saying, time to upgrade. I've got 800, you guys have, well, the Lions not so much, but the Guardians have 800 each or so. And Cyberdyne, they're pushing out, not even bothering to heal, just trying to take this chance to catch their breath and farm. But this is only going to be a brief respite because the farm lead is frightening. 2,600 farm for Cyberdyne and 4,900 farm for Rebellion's team, Red Lions. So almost a 2,000 farm lead here. And also, Darn Good and Admin 6 have crossed the 1,000 farm threshold. Cyberdyne pulling back here now that they know that Red Lions is now back and about. Level 18 lasers, now 2 shields on Rebellions. Admin is working in more armor. Now he has corruption in addition to 20 tents at 15 bile. Both guards now have anabolic and spawn broodlord, and Ivan has dark swarm, which will help negate the damage from Skynet computer. Negate the damage from, again, as I said, the flying floating space bug controlled by an artificial intelligence. A huge wave of broodlords, and that is going to hurt because they're level 10 and 14. And Cyberdyne was just able to get a little bit of farm. Now level 18 ints from Colo. That will help. That'll help clean up the broodlords. Rebellion's siege is going to keep everyone away. Orion does have a nuke, and I don't think he's going to use it. And looks like he's going down, or nope, Admin's going to back off there. No counter siege by Tura. Nice double text, catching both the Destro and the Guardian. But again, look at Cyberdyne is very hurt. Now they have now there's corruption, there's parasite, there's corrosive acid, and so they're very, very hurt and won't be able to capitalize on this. And Andrew doesn't have blackout and cannot blackout Rebellions. Nuke on Rebellions, no nuke on Ivan, but Ivan is 1.6, and guys, the game is lagging. That's not me. I think that's just the game. Ivan's going to be able to get away again. Caught again in a text. Text me again, Ivan. His name should be Text Me Again, Ivan, and you won't be able to kill me. Another siege up by Rebellions lower down. And this really, once you have a Destro and they're sieging up, you really can get the full contain. Nice blackout by Andromeda. Rebellions is saying, I'm not even going to bother staying here. And just going to reposition. Bombarded by Tura, but again, corrosive acid, corruption, the broodlords, the siege, the dark swarm. Like Red Lions just has a combination of DPS and staying alive ability, survivability. Double corruption on the Leviathans. And Darn Good's now at 19k health. Basically as big as the command center at this point. And this really is not a good contained situation. They're probably waiting for text to come back up, 10 seconds to text, and another 30 for nuke. So they're going to try, Cyberdyne's going to try another combination to try to catch someone. The broods are actually, Rebellions is now going at the, looks like maybe going at the mothership. The broods are going on the mothership, so we could have a mothership kill here. Techs on the Guardian and on the Destro, Rebellions and Ivan again. Best buddies in the techs. But again, what does it accomplish? They can't follow up on this. And that just buys Cyberdyne more time, but doesn't really change the situation of the game for them, unfortunately. The command center almost out of shields at this point. Oh, looks like computer may be going down. The bile is going to hit him. D-shield, D-matrix by Andromeda, and there goes the carry, the GG from computer. A nice nuke attempt, and now Tura is going down, but the GG's already been given. And Admin 6 is cleaning up the remaining bits of the kills. And there we have it, folks. So this was Cyberdyne versus Red Lions in TSL Week 2, which was rescheduled. I believe it's Week 2. It was rescheduled, and pretty decisive. A pretty decisive series of matches by Red Lions, again proving their overall dominance in the tournament and in-house scene. So from basically in the first game, what we saw was a series of trades. Really put Cyberdyne disadvantage. Red Line was able to push and contain. But for games 2 and 3, Red Lions was really, I think it was sort of a rock paper scissors thing. Second comp choice, Cyberdyne had the double BC, which really didn't help them out much, and Red Lions was able to just push and eventually contain. And then finally, for this match, it was just a pure muscle comp that was able to emerge victorious. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching and watching the stream. There are the other streams up. This will be uploaded, and you can all enjoy listening to comments about baby SCVs again and again and again. So catch you all next time.